Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 3 of Volcano Block. To start things off today, let's crack open a number more of these geodes. I don't have a tier 2 hammer. Let's actually upgrade our hammer then. So last episode I failed to put the pick on both sides of the hammer, or of this tool, but then I realized maybe that's a good thing. I can put a pick on one side and a hammer on the other. Now it's a pick hammer. But now that I've upgraded the other side to iron, the hammer side, I think wait, I thought upgrading the hammer side to stone is enough to make it a tier. No, I guess not. Okay, then I have to find my actual tier 2 hammer. I guess it needs hammer on both sides to be a tier 2 hammer. So much for my big brain idea. We just need that in our inventory and we can crack open a whole bunch of geodes. Hey, a module has settled. I don't know what that means. A couple more modules have settled. Anyways, this should give us some of our early supply of iron, which I know I needed some to make that chest thingy. Just store everything we got, see what riches we've come across. Plenty of iron. Let's turn all this into ingots for the time being. Wow, 10 ingots of iron. Alright, that lets us make... Did I pin it? No. It was like a chest builder or something like that. Where is it? Compact storage. Interesting. So that's 6 iron, 2 levers. Oh, we can make regular chests now. Right, we have wood. Ah. So can I take wood and just turn them into planks? Didn't think so. How do I turn wood into planks? Nothing's ever as simple as it sounds. Looks like the first machine that can do that is the Heat Sawmill. So since we're not at that yet, I'm just going to put everything away and pretend like I just started the episode again. Where were we then? I was going to work my way towards the ceramic ingot, I think, right? So let's backtrack and get back on that. So for this, we need an explosion furnace. Seems easy enough to make. Voila. Uses an explosive reaction to process items. So looking at these recipes, I think it uses... Wait. You can eat iron ingots? Whoa. Anyways, yeah, you need a certain amount of certain inputs, and you need a certain amount of EP, and different powders provide different amounts of EP. You also need some amount of dampener for some reason, for reasons I don't quite understand, despite having read the book. But we want 1 piece of gunpowder. How do I get that right now? Crushing red flint? I guess? That's what it looks like. How do I make red flint? 2 flint and a red dye. Okay. I think we can do that. 2 flint and a red dye. Gives us it. We dye the flint red, and then we give it the squish. Nice. Okay, that's a pretty easy way to make gunpowder. Gives us a couple pieces of sand. Read the Prodigy Tech guidebook for more information. Alright, let's break out the guidebook again and try to understand how to use the explosion furnace. The book says to make ceramic ingots, put 5 gunpowder, 4 sand, 16 iron, and 4 clay. There's a lot of different input types. And we can have excess clay or iron, but we don't want to mess with the proportion of explosive or dampener. And this here talks a bit more about the explosion or dampener mechanic. I'm just going to do what the book says. So let's place our explosion furnace. I assume it doesn't actually like cause block damage. Wow, there really are a lot of spots. So I think it's... Let's consult this again. Alright, so which slot is which? On the left, you have 2 vertical slots. Explosive on top, dampener on bottom. On the right are 3 input slots, followed by the reagent. Alright, so explosive, dampener, input, and reagent, which is second input. So we need iron, Actually, we probably need more iron than I have, right? Maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, it takes 16 iron at once. Is there a smaller batch size I'm allowed to make? I can do this batch size. Oh, for this we need clay. Hold on. Then backtrack a little bit further. To make clay, we need the rock core. So that's easy to make. Let's craft one of those. The rock core takes a couple pieces of gravel, so we have to crush our cobblestone into gravel in a rotary grinder. So I think if I put this magnetic arrow heater over lava, it heats up. I hope it doesn't destroy the lava block under it. Kind of like pneumatic craft might, but we'll find out, I guess. So anyways, I guess this is getting heat now. Can I touch it? I can't. It doesn't hurt me to touch it. And if I put this here, yeah, it consumes some of that heat and processes gravel or cobble into gravel. Neato. I need 2 pieces. Alright, that crafts into a rock core. And let's once again consult the book on how to use a rock core. You're here? Nope. Am I looking at the right mod? Prodigy Tech, Hearth Well, no. So cores transform into resources. Activate the basic. I think the rock core is transformed, and it takes a crystal of some sort and a catalyst. So we're gonna have to make a lot of these rock cores, but in this case we want the compressed clay. So we need a shard of the root of life and a compressed. Oh no, and no catalyst. All right, shard of the root of life. If my reading is correct, I expect this to just transform the block. Fancy particles. Hey, would you look at that? Quest complete. And then we can uncompress the clay, obviously. I took a couple more minutes to read through the explosion mechanics, and I think I understand it a bit better now. So, when we look at what we can do with iron ingots in explosion furnace, we see that this craft here uses 1440 EP, or I assume that stands for explosion power. There's a 1/4 version that uses 360 EP. But that means that if we want to craft 16 iron, well, let's start with the small one. If you want to craft 4 iron ingots into 4 ceramic ingots, it requires a side input of 1 clay, and we have to generate 360 EP. To do that, we have to consume enough of this explosive, like the EP generators, to get to 360. So that's a couple pieces of gunpowder, 2 pieces of gunpowder. But because 2 pieces of gunpowder produces more than that, we also, well, for each point of EP generated, you also have to you have to produce an equal amount of EP dampened. If you generate more EP than you dampen, then you lose output. It destroys it. If you dampen more EP than you generate, you effectively generate less EP. So if you say you have 1 piece of gunpowder and 1 piece of sand, you generate 288, you dampen 360. So that means, what's the difference between 360 and 288? That's like 72? And because you dampen more than you generate, you subtract 72 from this number. So you're effectively only producing 216 EP. Anyways, the idea is to try to work with exact numbers. So it's convenient that if you use this recipe, 1440, it uses an exact multiple of 288. I think that's 5. An exact multiple of 360, that's 4. And exact multiples of the iron and clay. So in that sense, for best results, try to use, basically you want to use the least common multiples of all of these numbers. So 1440 is a convenient least common multiple here, so I need 16 iron blocks. That does mean I have to harvest a bit more iron. Module has settled. Alright, and man, I really should try to come up with a clever way to automate this thing. But the fact that I don't have like pistons and stuff yet kind of makes it hard to automate this. Sometime later, we'll come up with an automated solution for this cobblestone transformer thingy. I think I also figured out a good way to burn items without, like, throwing them into the lava. If I stand just like this, I can toss them such that they sit on the very edge of the fire. Apparently didn't work for that stack. But they don't fall into the lava, so as long as I aim right along the edge here, I can very conveniently light items on fire. I guess that's all the geodes I have. Alright, time to get a crack-a-lackin'. Crack that geode. I need a couple more iron ingots. In an attempt to make this ancient cobblestone faster, I'm just going to make a whole lot of hourglasses. So, need a bit more regular stone. I've already doubled the number of hourglasses, and it definitely has a noticeable effect on the cobblestone production rate. But I want more. Faster, faster, faster. I also need more cobblestone. Dang it. Sometimes I just like stand here and hold shift for a while. It's really boring. Given how boring it is to try to collect cobblestone like that, I want to experiment with these burst seeds a bit more. The last time I planted it in just a tiny 1x1 box, and it easily blew outside of that. So what if I make a slightly... Well, let's see what happens if I just burst it in the open. If I just place them like that, will they eventually burst on their own? Boom. Kablooey. Kabam. Maybe eventually. Well, one of them went off while I was reading the documentation. It sounds like it just, after placed on the ground, will build up over time and will eventually burst. So maybe I should, given how far it threw this stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if some of it even ended up in the lava there. Hey, give that back. Give that back. We should probably build like a room to contain this. Otherwise, everything goes everywhere. In the meantime, though, adding a bunch of these hourglasses has made this process much faster. I just every now and then come vein mine it, and then I fill in the gaps with fresh cobblestone. And it transforms, I don't know, a couple pieces per second, I'd say. So when most of the field's transformed again, I can just replace that process. Anyways, I'm still continuing to build out a little platform for our burst seed farming. I'll get back to that burst seed farming later, because for now I have enough materials for the explosion. So it looks like it smart inputs everything into the right slot. All that's left is to send it a redstone signal. So let's double check our components here, make sure that actually matches up with what the book says we should have. So, whoopsies. 5 gunpowder, 4 sand, 16 iron ingots, and 4 clay. Or, whoa! Ow. 1 clay block. I didn't mean to click the button, but turns out clicking the button was the right thing to do. Unsurprisingly, it deals damage to you. Alright, so these ceramic ingots are just an easier to make form of this whatever pink stuff we made at the end of last chapter. Alright, I guess with that out of the way... Oh, I need so much glass to complete that. Back to building. My thinking is I'll put the seeds in the middle, and then when they burst, if the items get contained successfully, they just all flow back into the middle and we can pick them up in one spot. But I need a door. Turns out doors aren't easy to make in this pack. If I want like a wooden door, I need the sawmill first, or I can make the metal door, but that takes iron ingots. So I think the sawmill is one of our upcoming quests. Let's just make the heat sawmill. We just made this ceramic, and oh, that's very easy. Where is my flint? So that's 6 pieces of flint, some of this ceramic, and give me a heat sawmill. Alright, I assume if I place this here... No. Heat has to flow up. If you think about it, that's a not terribly surprising statement. Alright, then if I get some wood, we should be able to saw that up. There we go. So I assume if I run both machines at a time, the sawmill slows down. No, 80 degrees is its minimum operating temperature. So one aero heater can only run one machine at a time. I see. Of the various burst seeds, one of them spectacularly caught my eye. The crystal burst seed. This seems like a much easier way to get more of these crystal blocks, easier than this recipe at least. So, let's see about making it. The thing is, it uses a crystal catalyst in the center, which is all 9 different, or at least these 9 types of, or these 8 shards and another crystal. I think I have all 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I do. And we made nether crystals. Oh boy, my inventory, or my organization here is awful. We made nether crystals last episode by throwing crystals through that nether portal. And I just don't know where they are hiding. Oh, here they are. So I think 2 is the one we have the least of. So let's try this out. If I make this, there we go, 2 hearth crystals, and then I need to make 8 crystal blocks. So I need 8 of these mixtures. Given the relative proximity to the lava, like if the burst penetrates the cage here, I'm actually going to test with just a cobblestone seed. In fact, I'll make a couple. I just want to make sure that, like, if the explosion ignores the fact that there are blocks around, or it can go through corners or something, I want to address that before we use the actual valuable seed, because I can't, you know, the cobblestone burst seeds are very easy to make. The crystal one, less so. Alright, they're starting to go kablooey, and by and large, they are staying contained. I'm going to move that door, I think, to the other side of the block so that blocks don't land on it. But I think I may have picked up a few pieces. But yeah, when they go kablooey, the walls contain the explosion as expected, and the items stay inside. So, this is, I don't know, it's a slightly more automated cobblestone generator than that thing. While this is technically fully automated, I mean, I guess I need a hopper to make it count as fully automated. It's painfully slow unless I'm holding shift here. So, yeah, I'd say mission successful. Although, I appear to have run into another problem. The net yield from the crystal burst seed doesn't seem very good. The first one that went off only gave me 10. And it costs 8 to make it, right? So, if it's not quite as good as the other burst seeds, at least. Like the cobblestone one costs 4, and it gives a couple stacks of cobblestone. Oh well, I guess. I'm going to try a couple more, because, I mean, it costs, at a bare minimum, this costs 9, because this is, you know, one of each shard, and it takes 9 crystals to make the crystal catalyst as well. So if it only gives exactly 10, then the net yield is, you know, plus 10% per cycle, and that definitely needs automation to be worthwhile, and I don't have a means of automating it yet. The crystal burst seed went off again, and we got a bit more than 10 that time. That's pretty good. That was 16. I guess there's a little bit of randomness to how much we get. I'm gonna try it a few more times, see if it's actually worthwhile, but if the average yield is around 16, sure, we'll use all of that. If the average yield is around 16, that's good enough for me. I've done a little bit of testing, and I think the number of crystal blocks you get back is random between about 10 and about, the highest I've gotten, I think, was about 18. So, like that one, 14, no, 15. Which means that each cycle you definitely end up ahead, but it's not by tremendously much. And if you're spending your time waiting for them to pop, it's really not worth your time. You'll make more crystal blocks. Well, I guess that's all the seeds I made. You'll get more crystals per minute if you just by like gathering these materials. But this could be a fun project to automate sometime down the line. This is probably easier to automate than the crafting of this, because there's like 7 different materials that go into this, whereas everything that you need to automate these burst seeds comes from itself. right? All you have to do is take these crystal blocks, uncraft some of them, crush them, and then craft them into the final product. Additionally, this explosion effect is super cool. But yeah, that's something I'll consider doing later. For now, I'm just going to wait for these last two to burst. We'll have a bank of 100 plus crystal blocks, and that'll hopefully last us a little while. I think back what I said about this being slow. This is really just a case of exponential growth again. Earlier, when I only had a couple seeds to work with, it was slow. But now that I have a large base of seeds, you could say, like they're constantly popping off, and as soon as I craft the new ones to replace them, another couple of seeds have exploded and they're ready to be crafted into more. So actually, once you have probably about 10 burst seeds to start with, this process becomes quite fast. In fact, you quickly reach a point where I'm out of the catalyst, and then I have to go... Uh-oh. I guess I can't place them too close to the edge either, otherwise the explosions leak out of my containment. Good to know. But then I come back here. Here, let's do a whole stack of them. Drop these down. Brush up. Nice explosion of everything. And then we can, while listening to that nice explosion sound in the background, craft a whole bunch more of these. In fact, let's get more nether crystals. I don't know, this is fun. It's probably not the most productive use of time because I don't necessarily need all this right now, but it's fun, so that's what matters. Anyways, and then we can repeat the process. And oh boy, are there a lot of things in here waiting for us. So many crystals. All said, I'd say that was a pretty successful experiment. Lots of various of the crystals and lots of burst seeds left for later. Let's get back to our quest though. So this is done. Ooh, some food. Grit vase. Who knows what that does. Alright, well, let's see. Straw golem. Let's make that a chest now. I'm very curious if I can get bigger chests. I would love to get some bigger chests. So here's a chest builder. And it gives us a vanilla chest. You get like a 24 by 12 chest. Oh, we can make backpacks too. But I see. I assume this is just color. But yeah, I guess depending on the size of the chest, it takes a different amount of vanilla chests, iron ingots, iron bars, and clay. 24 by 12. How much bigger is that than a regular chest? How big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 54 slots. This is 240 plus 48, 288 slots. That's like, I don't know, 7, 8 times bigger? Wait. No, it's less than that. It's like 5 times bigger. So for 5 double chests worth of room, it takes a lot more than 5 double chests worth of material. Alright, well, good to know, I guess. Someday, when I have enough iron, we'll dream of it, but I'm nowhere near having enough iron for that. Though being able to build a 24 by 12 backpack seems pretty neat. Alright, we'll dream of that later. Moving on then, let's just hit these little dead ends here. Wooden crate, I assume this is easy recipe, and I assume it's just another inventory of some sort. Where do I have more wooden planks, or do I have to chop more trees? Being able to put everything in one inventory, though, is quite valuable. Because it means I don't have to search through 30 different inventories to find anything. Alright. Barrels, drums, storage, and more. What else is in this? Capacity times 256. Huh. Merges other. Interesting. Alright, well, let's see how much. Whoopsies. Let's see how much this holds. Okay, it doesn't have an inventory. Is it like a drawer? I don't know. Doesn't tell me anything, but it gives me another one. I wonder, do you have to insert into it with automation? Yes, you do. And I assume you have to extract from it with automation as well? Yeah, okay. So I guess it's not very useful for manual use, unless I'm just not seeing a way to access its UI. But, probably... Oh, wait! There we go. I was probably just not using the front side. Okay, so no, it's just like a drawer. Well, that's nifty. Next quest, let's make some of these amplifying tubes. So we'll make them first, and then I'll figure out what exactly they're for. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough heavy ingots. All right, we'll make a few more of this then. Oh, charcoal, stone, dirt. Good deal. For the quest here are 2 amplifying tubes. And it gives us 2 more, so I suspect we need to use all of them. Let's search it up. Amplifying. The amplifying tube, when stacked 2 tall up to 8 tall, will transform a block below it. Alright, sensible enough. Any type of stone, cobblestone, or sandstone can be turned into lava. Any type of leaves or cactus can be turned into water. And a block of mysterious dust can be transformed into fluid souls. Do not be alarmed. Well, that seems the one that, you know, is sounds interesting. Let's try it. So, a block of mysterious dust. That's apparently not how it's made. Is it just 4? Yeah. And then I suspect it's the more amplifying tubes you have, the faster it is. Let's just let this thing do its thing. And in fact, I'm going to get a slab. There we go. So we can access our newly crafted souls. What that's for? Who knows? Once you have raw astal blocks, you can convert them into... Okay. So how do I make this? Let's try this. Raw astal block. These are easy enough to craft. I now just have a bucket of liquid souls. I'm sure these are just other recipes. Is this a custom item? No, it is not. Why does it? I wonder why it didn't show up in the book. Well, anyways, let's see what else we can do with the astal tubes. There's apparently 10 pages of recipes. So, oh, I guess it's just all the different leaf types. Melt ice. Yeah, I guess that's all it does. Alright, what is this for? I don't know. Looks like it's just an internal crafting thing of some sort. Well, quest complete. That gives us a bit more food. Bit of fudge. In fact, I kind of want to eat some of these just so I can get the extra heart. Let's damage ourselves a little bit so we can eat. Oh no. Almost. Anyways, may as well convert all of these, I think. Using these Azul blocks, we can make a solid fuel arrow heater. This says it provides more heat for advanced machines. So I guess this is like a passive heat generator. It goes up to 80 degrees. This, when burning fuels, goes up to 200 degrees. Alright. I suspect that's used to make the solderer. Interesting. Right-click to search nearby chests. Okay. Just gotta grind up some charcoal for carbon dust. Then I think we're ready to craft the... not that one. It's in the item. The solder. So I need to grab another crystal. And here we go. Take these carbon dust, compact it to a plate. And, oh, what are we missing? Ah, we're short of ceramicing it. Well, shoot. To make one, I need to make 16. And to make 16, I need a lot more iron. Since I have so many diamonds, I may as well make a diamond wand to make the... Oh, well, this is supposed to make it a little bit easier, but doesn't help quite as much as I was expecting. It's still a little bit easier than placing them block by block, right? I definitely almost fell in that hole. While cracking open some more geodes, I broke our hammer. 0 durability left. So I want to try a few things, actually. Before I just repair it, can I replace... I guess I do... Well, no, I do need... Actually, let's try using pristine diamond. Can I replace the head with... Oh, what does this do? Ah, I see. It just... Okay. But can I replace the head with a pristine diamond head? No, I cannot. Can I do it with regular diamonds? Let's see. Diamond head. No. Why is this? Is it because it's broken? Let's try repairing it first. I have plenty of integrity, right? Alright, so let's try repairing it. To repair it, synergy bonus. Oh, that's why it has another tier. I see. Alright, well, how do I repair? Repair. Put stone in the slot and go. I guess it... How much stone did that... Wait. Oh, it needs a stick now. I see. It uses different repair materials. Fair? Now it wants a stone. And now it wants another stone. And we're fully repaired. Now with the fully repaired, can I switch the hammerhead out for diamond? Nope. Alright then. A stone hammer it is. Let's just get back to cracking open the geodes. To make collecting and replacing the cobble in this farm a little bit easier, I swapped it around a little bit so that all the hourglasses are controlled by a single lever. So my plan is I'll let this run until this entire slab of cobblestone has been transformed, and then I can vein mine it, turn off the lever so that all the hourglasses turn off, place a row, extend it with the wand, and then turn it back on, which should make the harvesting and replacing process much faster. Eventually, though, I would like to... Well, I haven't been able to find a block breaker that we can use. Like, there's the automatic breaker from Embers, but I think we're a ways off of that. So I don't know if there's a good, like, automated block breaker we can use, or even, like, a block placer, although I guess we could just use a cobblestone generator. Yeah, I would like to automate this process more soon. With more iron in hand, let's make another batch here. Pretty sure these are the inputs, so ba-boom. Nope, I had my ratios wrong somehow. Alright, whatever. At least it didn't consume my extra iron. That's good enough for now. That gives us our solder. Why did I get it hurt? I don't know. And a helmet. Fancy. So, we're a little short on time today, so I'm not going to bother setting up the solder. However, I want to see how this thing works. Oh, is this like... Oh, never mind. That's not so exciting. I was looking for the, like, search in nearby inventories feature. Normally it's bound to, like, P or Alt or something, but I didn't find it. Turns out you need an item and a somewhat expensive item at that to search. Although, who knows? Can this be crafted into that's longer range? Ooh, it has a crafting grid. Hold on, I want this. Oh, it takes an ender pearl. Gosh darn it. Can I make an ender pearl somehow? If I scrounge it together? No, it does not look like there's a way for me to get an ender pearl right now. Well, darn. Alright, then whatever. We'll deal with without having a portable crafting table that can search nearby inventories, I guess. But anyways, as I mentioned, that's all the time we have for today. So let's wrap things up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.